Welcome everyone. So today we're going to practice some forearms and do some fun little activities. We may even have a little inversion planned, so I hope you enjoy your practice today. We're going to start all the way down on our backs to begin, and I have a little anecdote. So come on down onto your back. Laying down on your mat, letting yourself land from your day. It's so easy to be pulled into the chaos of our external world right now. All of the stuff that's going on, it's easy to be pulled into that story. We get all stormy and it's hard to really find ourselves amongst all of that. But how do the trees weather a storm? A tree weathers a storm with deep, solid roots and the support of the other trees around it. And so it bends and is pushed by the wind, but it weathers the storm anyway. So as you move through your practice, I want you to really find your foundation. Get solid in who you are and in each of your poses. To not be shaken by the weather outside, by your external world, but instead solid and steady, ready to take on any weather. Take a big breath in and empty all the way out. More just like that. Inhale through your nose and sigh it all the way out through your mouth. This time breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, creating that little sigh, your ocean breath. From here, take your hands out into a T or cactus your arms, feet to the floor. Slide your hips over towards the right side of your mat. Let your knees fall over to the left. Just breathing in the sides of your body. Feeling your connection with ground. Knees slide back through center, hips to center. And then over to the left side, knees come over to the right. Two more breaths on this side. Knees come back through center. Hips to center too. Take your hands beside your hips. Push your hands into the floor. Pick up your hips. A little bridge. Squeeze your shoulders on your back body. Take your right leg up towards the ceiling. Right leg. Cross your ankle over your thigh. So it's a little thread the needle in bridge. Root into your left foot. And pick up your hips. And slowly keep your legs crossed as you lower your hips down towards the floor. Just letting your sacrum land. Take your right knee in towards your chest. Squeeze it in. Use your hands. Extend your left leg out long. Push your left foot into the floor. Left calf into the floor. And then pick up your gaze. Lift your head, look towards both of your toes. Try to touch your nose to your knee. Squeeze in, lift your sternum. Reach towards your left foot, hover it above the floor. Pulse towards your back foot for 10, 9, 8. Push through both feet. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a big good morning stretch. Both arms, both legs. Reach out. And then exhale, lift your feet up towards the ceiling. Soles of your feet press up. Hands can be beside you for a little added support. Push your feet up towards the ceiling to lift your hips. So it's all your feet. Push them up towards the ceiling to pick up your hips. It's all belly, all feet for 10, 9, 8, 7. You can use your hands. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to chest. Squeeze them in. Land your feet. We're going to move on to the other side. Push your hands down beside your hips. Pick your hips up. Coming into bridge. This time pick up your left foot and cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Root into your right foot. Push the ground away. And then start to curl down. Hips down. Feet stay as they are. One breath. And then left knee draws in towards the chest. You can grab it with your hands. Push your right foot forward. Lengthen it out. Heeling calf push down. And then reach towards your toes. Pick up your head. Pick up your chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nose towards your knee. Lift your sternum and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big stretch. Inhale. Side out. Exhale. Pick your feet up towards the ceiling. Push through the soles of your feet. Pull your belly back as you lift your hips. You can always use your hands on the floor. You're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to your chest. Little rock. Little roll along your lower back. Grab the backs of your thighs and use momentum to roll up to a seated position. So from here, if you have a block, that's great. You can use a block. Now, if you don't have a block, a book will do. Whatever you have handy, you're going to take your hands to the outside, so it's on a long edge. Push your hands into the block and reach forward. You're going to reach it so far forward that your shoulder blades round on your back. And then inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, push the block away. 2 more. Push. Last one. And push. Then you're going to take it up overhead. You're going to kind of do the same experience. Hands press into the block or book. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. You can even bend the elbows. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. You should feel a little sweat coming on. Inhale and exhale. Using your block or your book as a little extra feeling in the shoulders. Then we're going to come down onto the forearms. So Swing your legs around and come into a tabletop, but on your forearms. So you want to take your hands to the creases of your elbows. So that's about shoulder distance. So you have a good idea of where to plant your elbows and where to plant your hands. Line of your elbow with your pointer or index finger. So that's a good shoulder distance apart. We're gonna do some cat-cows here in this weird forearm tabletop. So inhale, belly drops. Exhale, pick the belly up, push up through the shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly. Look forward. Exhale, belly back, push into the forearms. Really ground down, anchor into the floor. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more with breath. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out. And come back to a flat back. You can push up onto your hands and back onto your knees. We're gonna do a little shoulder stretch. Take your hands behind you, interlace them. Inhale, stretch down, open up through the chest. And take a few breaths here. Hands away from your sit bones, if that feels good. And then relax the shoulders. You're gonna take your blocks or your books and you're gonna plant them on your mat. So they're about shoulder distance apart. You're gonna use them for your hands to start. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips into downward facing dog. So it might feel really awkward in your down dog. Bend your knees a lot to lift your sit bones. You wanna push down into your palms as though the ground were coming up, lifting up, and you're holding it down. Pull your belly back. And then look forward, kind of lean forward, almost like you're coming into a plank, and try to tap your toe on your block. And do the same with the other side. Left foot taps, left block. One more, both sides. Right foot, right block. And then left foot, left block. So you're just using the shoulders and picking up the belly away from the floor. Come down to your knees. Slide your blocks or your books out to the sides. From here, come into your regular down dog. I want you to practice from here, lowering down to one forearm at a time. So your left elbow drops down and then lifts. You can play around and do the right side and then the left. And you can even try and do both together at the same time. Squeeze the forearms as you lower, and then take your knees back down to the floor. Little stretch. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And take your right hand behind your left wrist. Drape your right shoulder down. You can stretch the left arm out towards the top of your mat. Slowing down the breath. Optional to keep the left hand where it is or bring it and wrap it around the low back. Taking your left hand back down to the floor. Push into the hand, pick up the right hand, and then switch sides. You're gonna do the left hand up, inhale, left shoulder lowers. Optional, Hand walks out. Or wraps around the lower back. Then right hand comes down, left arm lifts, breath in. To tabletop, breath out. So we're gonna play with a little flow. And this flow is gonna be completely on the forearms except for 2 poses. So you're gonna start in a downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Lower to your forearms, breath out, either one at a time or both together. Inhale, come into a plank. You may have to walk your feet back a little. Exhale, lower your hips down. Slide your hands under your shoulders as you lower your head down. Inhale, fill your lungs up like a balloon, pick up your chest. Exhale, forearms down, push up into tabletop and back up into your dolphin. So you're on forearms, little bend in your knees, push your chest back towards your thighs. From here, you're gonna push into your hands, pick up one elbow at a time or both together to come back up into your down dog. Then you're gonna tiptoe your feet up towards the top of your mat. Little relief, forward fold. Take a breath in, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. From here, you're going to plant your palms, step your left foot back, right foot back. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower to your forearms, breath out. Inhale, come forward into your little plank on forearms. Exhale to lower hips, lower chest, slide your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, fill your lungs up like a balloon. Exhale, forearms down, push up into your table on forearms, back up into your dolphin. From your dolphin, you're gonna push into your hands to pick up your elbows. And then tiptoe your feet up to fold at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Plant your palms, step back. Left foot followed by right. Breathe in. Lower to your forearms with your breath out. Slide into plank, inhale. Hips lower, hands slide back, exhale. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, forearm table to dolphin. Hands push down. Push so much so to pick up your elbows. One breath. Tiptoe your feet up to a forward fold. You should feel it in your shoulders and your arms by now. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. This is your last one. Plant your palms, step your feet back, come into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Forearms lower, breath out. Inhale to plank. Exhale, hips lower, hands slide back. Inhale, lift your chest. Forearms to the floor, push up table to dolphin. Full breath in and out. Push into your hands, lift your elbows. This time take your knees to the floor, knees wide, forehead down, child's pose. You're going to take your hands, bend your elbows, and find the nape of your neck. So you can hold the nape of your neck or palms together. Stretch out through your triceps. Now reach your hands back forward. Come into a tabletop. And just for one moment, I want you to, if you have a strap, great. If you don't, no problem. You can use a headband if you have that, or you don't actually need the strap. But it helps to feel the engagement as you try and push the strap apart. So as you push down into your hands, into your forearms, and you push the strap, you start to feel this engagement in through your sides, right underneath your shoulder blades. I want you to keep that engagement. So as you push down, and imagine trying to push your arms apart, but not actually letting your elbows flare. Come into your downward facing dog. So trying one more flow with that idea in mind. Bend your knees, lift your tail, breathe in, lower your forearms, breath out. To your plank, hips lower, hands slide back, forehead lowers. Breath in, pick up your chest. Table to dolphin. One breath. Press into your hands. Pick up your elbows. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into a high plank on your hands, and then bring your hands close together. So you're in this really awkward, narrow plank. Take your right foot, step it to your right pinky finger. Pivot on your back foot to land your heels, so you're in a warrior two-leg stance. Right hand can stay where it is or come onto a block. Left hand is gonna reach up. Press down into the pinky toe edge of your back foot. And then left arm, bring your hand to the nape of your neck. So you try to traction your neck forward. Really find length through your spine. Elbow up. And then use your elbow like it's gonna pick up your right hand. Right hand plants, square your elbow down towards the mat. Both hands land. Pivot onto your toes. Take your right forearm down to the floor. You're gonna slide onto the outer edge of your right foot, left foot steps back into a side plank. Full breath in and out. Take your right foot, step it behind you. So you're in a little modified wild thing. Wave at your screen. And then bring your right foot on top of your left. Right forearm onto the floor. Breathe in. Lower all the way down, breath out. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale, pick up your chest. And exhale, push back into child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Little stretch through your arms. Elbows land, come forward into a little table. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, dolphin. And push into your hands as you come up into your downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Hands underneath your face, really narrow, narrow hands. Thumbs come to touch. Left foot, steps to the outer edge of your left hand. Right foot pivots, heel lands. Again, left hand can stay or find a block. Push into your back foot. More weight into your back foot than into your front leg. Right arm picks it up. And then you're going to take your hand, find the nape of your neck, and traction your neck forward. Use your elbow like it's going to lift you up, but not quite. And then square your elbow down towards your mat. Plant your hands, come up onto your toes. Left forearm, right forearm is going to land. Pivot onto the outer edge of your right foot. Left arm can come up or up and over, side plank. Your top foot can land behind you. This is a little modified wild thing. Push the floor away, pick up your hips. And then come back, feet together. Left forearm comes down. You're in a little plank. Breathe in. Lower all the way down, breath out, hands under shoulders. Baby cobra, breath in. Child's pose, breath out. In this child's pose, bend your elbows. Stretch your triceps. And then inhale, reach your hands forward. Forearms land, chest forward, table on your forearms. Dolphin breath out. Full breath in, and all the way out. Push into your hands, pick up your elbows. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat, come into a little forward fold. Bend your knees a lot, slide your hands underneath your feet. So your toes tickle your wrists. Your middle finger can reach back almost to your heel or to your heel. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine. And exhale to fold, thigh bones press back. Inhale, knees bend, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Slide your hands up from under your feet. Push into your feet, come all the way up, reach up. And hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bend your knees, hinge forward and fold. Halfway lift, breath in. To plank, breath out. Step back. Hands come together, narrow plank. Right foot steps, right pinky finger. Left foot pivots. Open up into your side angle. And you can always use your block. Take your left hand, nape of your neck, lengthen. Use your elbow. Breathe. This time, pick up your chest. Use your elbow as your other hand finds the nape of your neck. You're in a warrior two with your hands behind your head. From here, we're going to learn to surf. Take a breath in. Hands go out. Bend your back knee, sit towards your heel with your exhale. Inhale, bend your front knee, hands to the back of your head. Exhale, surf back. Bend your back knee, lunge. Inhale up. One more, exhale, surf. Come back up, inhale. Hands to your hips. Straighten your front leg. Turn your toes to the long edge of your mat, so all 10 toes face the same way. Hands come behind you to interlace. Take a breath in, lift your chest, and an exhale to hinge forward. You can always let go with your grip. Let your hands float down to the floor. Bend your knees. Inhale, lift your chest up halfway. And then come all the way up to stand. Turn your right toes forward, lunge into your knee, hands behind your head. Take a breath in. Right elbow to right knee. Back into your side ankle. Right hand comes down. Traction your neck. Square your elbow towards the floor. Pivot onto your toes. This time, right away, left forearm comes down. Spin onto the outside edge of your left foot, side plank. Into your wild thing, right foot steps behind you. Right arm reaches. Come back, feet together. Right forearm to the floor. Pause here. From here, you're going to, one hand at a time, come up into your high plank. Left hand followed by right. You're going to step your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Inhale to lift your chest, lift your hands, and stay for your exhale. Take a breath in. Cactus your arms, bend your elbows, breath out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. One more, breath in. And out to hold. And then kind of curl your spine down. Look back at your left knee. Push up through your shoulder blades. Take both your hands down to the floor. Step back, high plank, high push-up. Lower down left forearm, followed by right. Press into the floor, breath in. Hips lower, head lowers, breath out. Cobra on your inhale. To child's pose on your exhale. Right away, forearms land, table. To dolphin, hips lift, exhale. Hold your dolphin for a breath. Then push into your palms, lift your elbows. Inhale forward to plank. Hands just below your face. Step your left foot, left pinky finger, spin your right foot down. Pick up your right hand, or find the nape of your neck. Traction your neck forward. Use your elbow. Start to lift and hover your other hand as you rise, both hands to the back of your neck. This is where you learn to surf. Take a breath in. Lunge into your back leg, arms extend out. Inhale, warrior two, lunge, left knee. Exhale, surf, lunge, right knee. One more. Breathe in. And out. Warrior two. Hands to your hips, front leg straightens. Turn your toes to the long edge. You can take the same grip, or this time switch up so the opposite pinky is forward. Breathe in, lift your chest, and exhale to hinge. Squeeze your palms together. You can always let your hands come down to the floor. One more breath. Bend your knees, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to come all the way up. Pivot your left toes forward, lunge into your knee. Take your hands to the nape of your neck. Left elbow to left knee. Right elbow lifts up, left hand comes down. Right elbow squares down towards the floor. Right away, pivot onto the back toes, right forearm comes down. Spin onto your back foot and step your left foot back. From here, wild thing, left foot behind you, lift your chest, little wave, smile. Feet come back together. Forearms to the floor. Breath in, breath out. Come up onto your right forearm, or right hand, followed by your left hand. This time, step your left foot up between your hands, right knee down. Low lunge. Breathe in, lift up, and stay with your exhale. Breathe in. Cactus your arms, breath out. 2 more. And exhale. 1 more. Breathe in. And cactus. Curl forward, round through your chest. Push up through your shoulders. Take both hands to the floor. Pick up your back knee, step back, high plank, high push-up. Lower right forearm. Left forearm. Lower hips. Lower chest. Inhale, pick up your chest. Exhale, push back, child's pose, forehead to the floor. Right onto your forearms, inhale, table. Exhale, dolphin. Press into your hands, pick up your elbows. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees down to the floor. So now it's time for a little play. So if you have a wall handy, I encourage you to use it. I'm just going to turn you so you can see my wall. So this is the wall I'm going to use. This is for your forearm playtime. So you're going to take your feet out as you sit your back against the wall. Your legs are long. So about where your heels are, mine are just past the edge of my mat, is where you're going to put your elbows. And you may have to adjust a little bit based on your leg length, but that's a good place to start. So from there, I'm going to place my elbows down. Now if you want to use your strap or a block here, I encourage it. Again, long edge, your thumbs and your pointer fingers hook the block. Or you can just take your strap around your forearms, so just below your elbows. They're going to come down onto the floor. You're going to push into your forearms so you puff up your back. And then you're going to bring your heels to the base of your wall. And I want you to push your chest back towards your toes. Keep that pressure for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees down. So if you've ever practiced headstand, you love headstand and you are all about headstand, you know how to do it, you can go right ahead and go into headstand. So headstand is the first of the forearm inversions. And so you create this little triangle with your arms and your hands. You interlace your hands, one pinky in front of the other. Elbows are out shoulder distance. So this is your base. You're not using your head at all. It's all arms. So from here, your head will come down in between your forearms, so the top of your head is on the floor. I'm just going to turn so you can see. And then from here, you can see I have no weight in my head whatsoever. It's all in forearms. You're gonna walk your feet forward with knees bent. Maybe you tuck the knee into the chest, and maybe that's where you wanna stay. Or you lift and pick up both feet. Keep the pressure in your forearms. No weight in your head. And you can always play with your feet in space. Letting that be your experience today. So as soon as you're done your inversion, if it's headstand, you come down. Take a few breaths in child's pose. The next inversion I want to show you is forearm stand. And so forearm stand, we're going to use the wall. We're going to get a little bit closer this time. So not quite as far away as we did when we were in our dolphin. Your forearms are going to come down about, let's say, 6 to 12 inches closer than they were before. Push down into your hands, into your forearms. You're going to wake up that back body. And from here, you're going to tuck your toes and walk your feet up the wall. Keep the push down, chest and head away from the floor as you walk your feet up. Walk your feet back down. Play along in your forearm stand, up and down the wall. You can also play around with letting a foot come away or going the opposite direction towards the wall for support if you're afraid you're going to fall over. Now, how I like to fall out of it, if I'm feeling unsteady, is very simple. I'm going to show you away from the wall so you can actually see it. So from here, if I'm feeling unsteady, I just bring my foot straight down. Both feet out kind of to the side a little bit. And you just slam your foot down. That will bring you down the way you want to come down. So keep the pressure in your forearms, but bring your feet down, toes towards the floor. And then when you're ready, take a child's pose. So that was a lot of fun and playtime. A lot of effort. Letting your third eye or that space between your eyebrows rest. And then I want you to come forward and just sit back on your knees. So you're coming into a seated position. Little clasp behind you to lift your chest, breathe in. And then you can bow, breath out, or you can release your grip and bow. Up to you. And then bring your head up. You're going to take your right knee behind your right wrist, lay your shin across your mat. And then toe knee your left foot back to come into pigeon pose. And just kind of let yourself settle in an upright pigeon, chest lifted. Then you're going to take your hands to the floor. Tuck your back toes, slide your right shin out, so it goes the opposite direction. So your knee is bent, your shin is parallel towards your mat. You're gonna lower down into this half frog shape. So you can let your head go to the same side or the opposite side, that's up to you. But just letting your entire back, your entire body relax. Back towards center. Bring your hands underneath your chest, tuck your back toes, lift up almost into a plank, and then send both legs back into downward facing dog. Left knee comes forward, slide it up. Shin lays along your mat. Again, toe knee, your right foot back in space. And then support yourself to stay upright in your pigeon. Opening up through the chest. And then hands come down a little bit inside the left knee. Tuck your back toes. Slide your left leg out to the side. And lower your body to the floor. Come into that little half frog shape. Opposite side with your head this time. Just to even out through your neck. I'm just going to stay looking at you guys. The great thing about your yoga practice is that any aggravation that you're managing, you manage on and off your mat. And if you stay grounded in your practice, in who you are, in the moment, sensations will come. You'll recognize them, but they no longer have any power over you. Hands come back under your shoulders, look down. Tuck your back toes under, push your chest, your body away from the floor, and step back to downward facing dog. Lower your knees down to the floor, turn your feet out to one side. You're going to curl all the way down onto your back on the mat. Hands beside your hips. Feet walk close into your body. Push your feet down, pick up your hips. Now you can stay in an active bridge, or if you really want a supported bridge, I encourage you to take your block, slide it underneath your sacrum. The little bone at the base of your spine is a little bit like a triangle. Letting your body melt over top of your block, or just melt on your mat. And then if you're in supported bridge and your feet are away from you, walk them back in. Push the feet into the floor and slide your block out from under you to curl down one vertebrae at a time. Hands go out into a T shape. You're going to slide your hips over towards the right side of your mat. Knees over to the left. So again, just in the regular, or you can do twisted roots one leg over top of the other. Gaze comes back, knees come back to center. Uncross of your legs. Hips slide over to the opposite side. Left leg over right if you want twisted roots, or knees stay stacked side by side. Take your gaze, shift it back up. Knees come back up. And from here, take a little happy baby. Grab the soles of your feet. Push them up towards the ceiling as you pull your knees down towards the floor. Use your biceps to pull down with your feet and push your feet up. You'll feel the stretch in through your hamstrings or your IT band, maybe where you're feeling tight today. You might even want to extend a leg. Get a little curious about all the sensations you're feeling. Playing around just like a baby on the floor. And bring the soles of the feet kind of to touch. Grab the ankles and push the shins towards the other side of your mat, so away from your body. And then very gently relax. Your feet come down. Slide them out long. Hands come by your sides. Into your final Shavasana, your final resting pose, final shape. To land for a few breaths. If you really want to feel something great, you can take a pillow, slide it underneath your spine. Give you a little support through your chest to open up. And then let your body go deeper and deeper into your mat. Past your mat, deeper and deeper into the floor underneath your mat. Deeper still, down into the earth. So you lie heavy. You lie relaxed. The great thing about your practice is you learn all about yourself. How to create your own feelings of safety and security, even through the most challenging of storms. In such an uncertain time, we're in desperate need of feeling that safety, that security. Be firm in who you are, your goals. Unwavering. Success may not be instant, but it will be there if you maintain your ground. even when others have different expectations and perceptions. Taking 10 big breaths where you are. In through your nose. And out through your nose. You can stay in your Shavasana for all the time you need. Or you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and ankles. Just starting to wake back up. And then inhale, take a big stretch. Arms reach up, toes point, low back lifts. And roll onto your right side. Use your right bicep as a pillow. Left hand, push it down into the floor to press your body up into a seat. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a little bow forward. And together we can say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Have the most wonderful Wednesday. I hope to see you again soon.